All right, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, latest headlines, mystery drones, the thought, the plot thickens. Let me know when we are live. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. I have a lot of news to share with you, so buckle up, Buttercup. Some great people in the chat already. The reports are getting very well, I don't know. I mean, you tell me what you think about this, but this is mainstream news here. New Jersey residents report disturbing symptoms, and this is after they spotted mystery drones that they claim emitted some type of vapor trail or something. Now, we can't confirm this yet, but we can look at the reports, and there's a lot of them. So the details here in New Jersey, residents, is the audio and video okay? Please let me know. Residents have reported experiencing unsettling symptoms believed to be linked to drone sightings, headaches, dizziness, nausea, a general sense of unease. Local residents have voiced their concerns during community meetings on social media platforms, and the authorities are under pressure to investigate the potential health impacts of these encounters. The mysterious nature of the drones has obviously heightened fears about the purpose and effects on public health. Also in New York, similar reports of discomfort have emerged among residents near drone activity, though specific symptoms have not been widely documented. Community members have expressed anxiety over the drone's presence, particularly in urban areas where they are frequently sighted, and local officials are coordinating with federal agencies to monitor drone activity and address public concerns regarding health implications. So in New York and New Jersey, there have been questions raised about the potential psychological and physiological effects of these drones. Are they emitting some type of chemical or biological element? There's no proof of that yet, luckily, and I certainly hope not. Obviously, speculation is running wild right now, but the Department of Homeland Security and other federal agencies have stated that they have not identified any threats associated with the drone sightings and continue to support local investigations with advanced detection technologies. That's kind of weird. Also, there are plenty of drones out there that they're kind of used like crop dusters. You know how airplanes used to, or they still do, they'll fly over crops and they'll emit certain pesticides or herbicides or fertilizers oftentimes. And to be a pilot for a crop duster, you got to have some cojones and you got to be a really good pilot. I think the mortality rates of these pilots is statistically higher than a lot of other positions because it's a pretty intense job. You got to stay totally focused. But anyway, these reports of drones emitting these vapor trails and potentially chemical trails is very interesting because if it is being done, what are they spraying? Somebody, I'm telling you what, there's somebody that made a comment and they totally believe this, that these drones are being used to emit some type of something that will break the spell of mind control and it'll take us into the fifth dimension and it'll bring us up into a higher realm of, I'm like, anyway, so at least he's optimistic though. I got to give you that, man. At least you're optimistic. I don't think that's what it's being used for, if anything. I mean, it could have been somebody reported a drone that was, and then they just got sick. You know, and they're like, they linked it because they thought they saw some chemical vapor emitted from the drone. So I saw some video footage that's very questionable. So I just wanted to report that to you. And if you have any reports or any information, definitely want to read your comments about that. What do you think? Do you think that there are certain situations? And what is the potential? Could you imagine? Man, spooky. Also, listen to this. Cars turn on and off after drones fly by. We've got reports on Fox 29, Yahoo News. Residents have reported that their cars experience electrical issues, such as turning on and off, coinciding with drone sightings. Vehicles reported to lose power or malfunction temporarily when drones are observed overhead. Multiple residents have shared their experiences on social media and local news outlets, expressing confusion and concern about the correlation between the drones and vehicle malfunctions. Several years ago, I remember seeing some video footage of a whole bunch of cars turning on and off, and I think it was in Russia, actually, where it was taking place, or maybe it was Germany. No, I'm pretty sure it was Russia. At least that's what the video said. And yeah, like a whole parking lot of cars just started turning on and off. And if you are using aerial vehicles for certain functions, like think of the possibilities. It wouldn't be that difficult to pack a certain UAV with a EMP type device that could be used temporarily to distort electronics and not permanently, amongst other things. Pretty soon, you're going to see people with personal drones. Mark my words. This is my drone, Bob. He follows me everywhere I go and he keeps me safe. I love Bob. Also, there's been reports in Pennsylvania and Delaware County, Eveshot Township. What else we got here? State officials are looking into these incidents as part of a broader investigation into the mysterious drone activity in the region. I did want to let you know real quick, I'm going to go over this with you because I think it's important. We're going to look at a list of all the reports here, from New Jersey all the way to Germany. But we've got a conference coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's a masterclass, and it's going to be free. I'm going to be with Jay Matta. He's the founder of Gnostic TV, and we're just going to help people build their media empire. If that's something you're interested in, if you want to get into social media, and if you want to turn your passion into profit, and if you want to learn like the tools of the trade and how to do editing and how to use artificial intelligence to help you with editing and how to actually go out there and do something you love to do and create an awesome video or an awesome podcast and share it with the world and then have them like it, because the cool thing about in today's day and age, I'm sure it's not really about celebrities anymore. It's about like real people doing real things and helping others. And it's just that passion and it's that excitement that you watch in an organic fashion. And that's the future of media, and the future of media is now. If you're interested, the class is going to be free. So just send me an email at leakproject@gmail.com and I'll get you a Zoom link for tomorrow at 3 p.m. We're just going to talk about some different ideas and also the latest trends. There's a huge influx of identity theft going on right now as well. And there's a lot of opportunities to help people protect their identity. And I'll share that with you in tomorrow's masterclass. But we've built up some really cool teams to do some really cool things. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Zoom. Okay, now, over the past several months, we've had numerous reports. Since mid-November, over 3,000 sightings in December and mid-November. And this is just in New Jersey of these mysterious drones. Greatest Ever says, we just bought a mini drone for the grandson. Yeah, well, I hope you're not in New Jersey because there's certain places where I don't even think you can fly drones right now as a hobbyist unless you have additional licensing and authorization. This kombucha is delicious. Okay, so these drones are observed flying in clusters, sometimes hovering over critical infrastructure. Some of these drones have FAA lights on the back, and some of them have different lighting. Some of them actually appear to shape shift and it looks almost like a holographic type technology. There's reports coming out where people are claiming these things are being dropped from some type of ship or some type of possibly airplane or another drone that's dropping smaller drones. And these are reports that are coming in right now. But I find what's really interesting is the reports about the changing clocks, the cars turning on and off, and the reports of people getting sick after they see certain drones. And we're going to talk a minute also about the classified. There was a classified meeting just several days ago about these drones. So clearly there's more than what we're being told, and whether or not it's some type of secret project that's within our own borders or outside of the borders, that's definitely speculation right now. But you know what it most likely is? Most likely it's all of the above, folks. Most likely there are technologies that we can't explain right now that are swarming our craft and swarming our bases that we can't capture, and they're avoiding capture, whether or not they're from a foreign adversary or even another civilization from another time or another planet. All we can do is speculate right now. But what we can do is we can connect the dots. We can look at the footage. We can look at the reports and listen to the eyewitnesses and what they see. And then we can cross these together and we can cancel out certain sets of data, and we can also confirm certain sets of data. For example, the Coast Guard. Members of the Coast Guard are furious right now because of what reports came out after. They said that one of their 47-foot vessels was swarmed and followed and tagged by at least a dozen of these drones after about 50 of them shot out of the ocean. And this is off the East Coast. They're saying, absolutely, we saw something. And they're saying that the White House is not sharing legit information. And I'm saying it nicely because they weren't as, anyway. So we'll get into that in a moment. But we've got Picatinny Arsenal, the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, residential neighborhoods in Morris and Somerset counties, local residents and state lawmakers and officials are witnesses. We've got temporary flight restrictions issued for the FAA or by the FAA over 22 areas in New Jersey due to security concerns, and federal agencies are investigating and have found no immediate threats. Notice the immediate there. New York, similar drone activity prompting the deployment of a drone detection system by federal authorities. You know, let's stop for a minute. Let's go back to November 17th. Right around November 17th, November 18th, the Baltic Sea has these extensive cables for communications that connect multiple nations for communications. And these cables get severed on November 17th, approximately. And then there are allegations and questions of a Chinese fishing vessel that isn't too far from the area, that after a month later, they allow people from, I think, Sweden, or I don't remember which nation it is, to go on board and see what they're doing. And they make it very clear they're not going on there for, you know, they just want to talk. They just want to say hi. You know, no, they're not questioning, you know, anyway. So very political tightrope there. November 17th, November 18th, right? And then there are reports of drones in New Jersey and New York, and then this influx of drones starts happening around November 18th. So let's think of that time frame. November 17th, November 18th. We go back to December 2023. Langley. Reports of 20-foot drones flying over Langley for 17 days. Now, notice the number 17. 17 has there's a few reasons I think 17 is pushed so much right now in the media. And I think it's, you know, obviously this is pure speculation, so let's just do a live action role play here for a minute. But the number 17, here, let's go to this real quick. Hold on. 17-degree Freemasonry. The 17th degree in Freemasonry is known as the Knight of the East and West. It is a degree of the Scottish Rite that teaches the importance of loyalty to God and the need to learn from past mistakes. The degree dramatizes the human condition and social and moral behavior. It tells the story of a wanderer seeking truth. A wanderer seeking truth. That's what I thought was interesting. A wanderer seeking truth. Now, symbolically speaking, metaphorically speaking, these drones are wanderers seeking truth. Anyway, that's kind of a metaphorical live action role play for a minute. We'll get back to that in a minute. 17 is also the 17th letter in the alphabet, which is Q. Q is the first letter of the word question. Question things. I'm questioning the current narrative. Flickering in the night sky, some of the flight patterns, critical infrastructure like bridges and military installations are being swarmed by these drones. Port Liberty, Goethals Bridge, Verrazano Narrows Bridge. State police, local officials have received numerous reports from residents. Governor Kathy Hochul has called for federal assistance and stricter regulations in drone operations. We've got reports in Connecticut, Fairfield County, drones flying at night, causing public concern. Local residents and state police are witnesses to these events. And there is a drone detection system that has been deployed in Connecticut. Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania has acknowledged drone sightings and directed state police to investigate further. Drones reported flying near critical infrastructure, but specifics on patterns are unclear. Local residents and law enforcement officials have witnessed the events. We also have Massachusetts, Virginia, Arkansas, Ohio, California, Utah, North Carolina, Hill Air Force Base, and then Wright-Patterson Air Force Base several days ago. They had to shut down the airspace for a while, and then several days later, these drones came back. What else we got here? We talked about that, about the people getting sick sometimes after observing these drones, the cars that were turned off and on, the clocks. Residents have reported clocks, including those in cars, have changed unexpectedly while drones were observed flying overhead. A family from Morris County experienced their car's clock reverting to an earlier time while following a drone. The clock returned to normal after they drove away from the area where the drone hovered. Local residents have shared similar experiences, leading to speculation about the drone's potential effects on electronic devices. Electromagnetic interference. Some experts suggest that the phenomena could be linked to electromagnetic interference caused by the drones. Drones can generate electromagnetic fields that may disrupt electronic devices, including clocks and GPS systems. Now, in Ukraine, users have reported automatic time changes on their smartphones due to electronic warfare systems deployed during air raid alarms. And this is attributed to GPS spoofing aimed at countering drone attacks. This is hot off the press. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but 2 U.S. pilots were shot down over the Red Sea. 2 U.S. Navy pilots shot down over the Red Sea in apparent friendly fire. Fox News, apparent friendly fire, they say. How did that happen? 2 U.S. Navy pilots were shot down over the Red Sea December 22nd, 2024, in an incident classified as friendly fire by the U.S. military. Here's the details. The pilots were flying a 2-seat FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet, which had just launched from the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier. It was mistakenly targeted and shot down by the guided missile cruiser USS Gettysburg, part of the same carrier strike group. I wonder if there was some type of when you get into this electronic warfare kind of stuff, how possible is it for somebody to go out there and actually spoof the identity of that vessel or of that aircraft or that jet? Is there a way to change it to where it appears on the screen? Okay, so let's do a live action role play here. U.S. military has technologies that know exactly what airplanes, it'll pick up that airplane, and it'll detect what it is, whether it's some type of Russian jet or Chinese or U.S. It'll know exactly what it is. It'll have all the data. All the data comes out on the screen like 007 James Bond style or whatever. And they know everything about it. They know everything about the pilot. They're even picking up the pilot, the heat signature of the pilot. They're linking that to who that person is, all their data sets. And then, is there a way for somebody else out there to spoof that jet or that plane to make it look like it is an enemy adversary? Or it makes the machine think so the artificial intelligence that's linked to it automatically fires? Or was it just oops, we made a mistake? But to shoot at it like that seems like a pretty big deal. Both pilots successfully ejected from the aircraft and were rescued shortly thereafter. One pilot sustained minor injuries during the ejection process, but both were reported to be alive and safe. Awesome. Context of the incident. The incident occurred amidst ongoing U.S. military operations targeting Houthi rebels in Yemen, who have been conducting attacks on maritime traffic in the Red Sea. At the time of the shooting, U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, was conducting airstrikes against Houthi positions, although specific details about the mission at the time of the incidents were not disclosed. A comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the friendly fire incident is currently underway, as confirmed by CENTCOM. Officials emphasized that this incident was not due to hostile fire from enemy forces. But it does mark serious concerns for the U.S. military operations in a region increasingly fraught with danger due to ongoing conflicts involving Iranian-backed groups with maritime security threats. The Air Force reported downing 52 drones overnight. Air Force in Ukraine downed 52 Russian drones overnight. Part of a coordinated attack across the country, the drones targeted 12 regions in Ukraine. The total launch of drones by Russia was 103, with Ukrainian air defenses managing to intercept a significant portion. There was a Shahed-type attack drone, which was downed, and those have been frequently used in recent months to target critical infrastructure. Additionally, 44 decoy nanu drones were launched alongside the attack drones. Ukraine lost track of these decoys during the operation. The Air Force highlighted that drone attacks have increased and intensified recently, with a notable increase of drones used in the operations from 2023 in October to 2,576 in November. Kombucha. The root beer kombuchas are amazing. Now, don't worry. Taiwan wants to build the West Army of drones. Taiwan agrees to buy nearly 1,000 U.S. killer drones, and how Taiwan plans to counter drones by mid-2024. Defense News. Taiwan signed contracts to purchase nearly 1,000 killer drones from the United States, including 685 Switchback, 300 loitering munitions, and 291 Altius 600M anti-armor attack drones. The total value contracts is approximately $5.27 billion or 163.9 million US dollars, and deliveries are expected to occur between 2027 and 2029. Man, there's a lot of money in defense, isn't there? Taiwan aims to amass about 3,200 military UAVs by June 2024 through its Drone National Team initiative, which focuses on developing various military drones and counter-drone systems. This program includes collaboration with 9 private companies. The Taiwanese government is enhancing its drone capabilities by encouraging local manufacturers to produce drones, a target of producing 15,000 drones per month by 2028. Oh man, what could possibly go wrong? Significantly increasing current production levels, the initiative also seeks to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers and improve indigenous production capabilities. I'm telling you, the future, everybody's going to have their own private drone that's going to do all the work for them. We're going to be like, like remember when the gods made us to do the work for them? And now we've kind of taken over to a large extent, maybe not behind the scenes, but look at how many of us there is now. So imagine now in the near future, your drone's going to do everything for you. It's going to be connected to your brain, and everything you think, you tell it what to do in your brain, and it's like you just blink it. You tell it, get me more food. I would like and then it's going to be like a transformer bot. It's going to be a transformer drone bot that'll take you wherever you want to go. Now, you can pick from a Decepticon or an Autobot. It's your choice. It's going to be pretty cool. Taiwan is also focusing on developing counter-drone technologies, including anti-drone radars and jamming systems. A company named Tron Future is working on integrating these systems with satellite communications to enhance Taiwan's defense against drone swarms. Optimus Prime. We meet again.
Yes, this is Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime Rib. Optimus Prime Rate Mortgage.
These developments reflect Taiwan's strategic intent to build a robust drone capability as part of its broader defense strategy against potential aggression from China. And China says the U.S. is playing with fire. Xi Jinping sends congratulatory letter to the U.S.-China Business Council. Well, that's good. China has recently expressed strong criticism of the United States, accusing it of playing with fire in relation to escalating tensions over Taiwan and military activities in the region. China views the U.S. arms sales to Taiwan as a significant provocation, violating the One China principle and undermining regional stability. This has led to Beijing implementing countermeasures against U.S. defense firms and executives involved in these transactions. Well, can't get along too good now, can we? Drones continue to buzz over U.S. military bases, and they don't know how to stop them. CNN, Business Insider, GPS World. Over 5,000 incidents reported recently, although about 100 required further investigation by authorities. So the rest were most likely swamp gas, regular drones, airplanes, Venus, a reflection of the moon. I know somebody that thinks he's an expert in Planet X, and he was telling me that a reflection of the moon was Planet X and perihelion, and I was like, dude, I never want to talk to you again. So anyway, why didn't you upload our video, man? Because you're lying through your teeth, dude. Oh, you're supposed to be the expert. Anyway, sorry, I'm diverting. Significant drone activity has been confirmed at various military installations, including the Picatinny Arsenal, New Jersey, reported 11 unauthorized drone flights. The Naval Weapons Station, Earl, New Jersey, confirmed drone incursions. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and also Hawaii, Utah, California, Maine, and Florida.
Megatron, Optimus Prime is right behind us. What shall we do?
It's time to release the drones. Call Elon's brother.
The Pentagon has deployed counter-drone systems to military bases in New Jersey to enhance airspace security. Oh, man. These include drone busters. What? Drone buster? That's just like Ghostbuster. Who are you going to call? Elon's brother. Oh, man, I'm excited. Remember the sirens? And then you got Slimer. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this is fun. Despite the development of counter-drone technologies, military officials have expressed frustration over the ongoing drone incursions. A spokesperson described some recent activities as irresponsible, indicating a lack of clarity on how to effectively address the growing problems. What happens if we cross the streams, man? I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, don't think about anything. You cannot think about anything. Oh, man, I just thought, it's the Marshmallow Man. I didn't think anything. Okay, then you got Mini Marshmallow Man in the next episode, and it's pretty wild. So we've got to deal with Ghostbusters, Drone Busters, who you going to call, Elon's brother. And then we got Optimus Prime, we got Metatron, we got the Autobots, the Decepticons. I mean, if you didn't think it was exciting, wait until tomorrow. It's going to get more and more exciting. We're going to have, pretty soon it's going to be the Dialects. We are the Dialects. And Doctor Who's going to have to come out, and the tardigrades are going to come out. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, what is not amazing, what's very unfortunate, actually, and send good vibes to those that are injured from multiple drones falling from the sky. December 21st, 2024, a holiday drone show in Lake Eola Park, Orlando, Florida, ended in chaos when multiple drones fell from the sky, resulting in injuries to several attendees. The drone show began about 6:30 p.m. It was interrupted by technical difficulties that caused drones to collide and fall. Eyewitnesses reported seeing drones crash into each other before plummeting towards the audience and the lake below. Videos captured the moment, showing spectators reacting in alarm. The Orlando Fire Department confirmed that at least one individual suffered a minor injury and was taken to the hospital. A drone struck a 7-year-old boy in the face. Other attendees also reported injuries, but specific details about their conditions have not been disclosed. They had to cancel the event. Following the incident, the city of Orlando announced the cancellation of the second performance of the drone show scheduled for later that evening. Well, yeah, I mean, how did that happen? Like, look, Mom, smash! Right, and it's like, oh, Mom, why is this drone coming right towards my face? Billy, get Billy. Oh, man. Like I said, what could possibly go wrong? Thousands of drones in the air doing amazing tricks right next to each other.
And then one goes rogue, and it's like, I'm going to go after that one.
Anyway, Dr. Evil's in the background. He's like, he takes control with his old secret controller. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the incident to determine compliance with safety regulations governing drone displays. Oh, man. The incident has sparked outrage. Oh, I'm sure it has. Among attendees and local residents. Okay, this is where I want to talk about the number 17 here, because this is very, very interesting. Sometimes I read these headlines and I'm like, okay, the headline has some type of this is obviously just the way that my mind thinks, so I'm not saying this is true by any means. But when I read headlines, a lot of times, especially when I see the same numbers or the same verbiage used over and over again, I'm like, oh, there's a pattern here. Why are these numbers being used? I mean, is this some type of code from one person to another that, yes, you're going to give some, like, the news is legit, but there's also code in the numbers and the headlines, and there's like these decipher keys you can take, and you're like, oh, well, it's Lord R speaking with Lord V. Like, there's literally two people communicating through these headlines, but then everybody else is just reading the actual. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So 17 drone sightings located. 17 of these sightings have been located close to Chinese-owned farmland. This is Arlington Cardinal, Smart News, New York Post. Here's a map. So we've got 17 again here. 17 days over Langley. In 1952, 17 days over DC, over the Capitol. 71 years later, it's Langley. So 1952, 17 days. 71 years later, 17 days over Langley. Now we've got 17 U.S. military bases located in an area close to Chinese farmland. So there's that number 17 again. What's up with that? At least 17 U.S. military bases located near Chinese-owned farmland have reported a significant increase in drone sightings in recent weeks. Here are the key details regarding this situation. Military bases experiencing these drone sightings include installations in states such as Hawaii, Utah, California, Maine, Florida. Specific base names were not disclosed in the reports. Congressman Michael McCall has expressed concerns that these drones are likely linked to China, stating, "My judgment based on my experience is that those are over our military sites. Those that are over our military sites are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China." He emphasized that this aligns with China's strategy of purchasing land around military bases. Experts, including senior fellow Gordon Chang, warned that the increased drone activity coincides with heightened tensions and incursions involving Chinese nationals around U.S. military installations. Chang suggests that this could indicate preparations for potential hostile actions against the U.S. There's concerns regarding the military's capability to respond effectively to these drone incursions. Base commanders reportedly lack the authority and equipment needed to shoot down drones, raising questions about operational security. The surge in drone activity occurs amid ongoing geopolitical tensions between the U.S. and China, particularly regarding Taiwan and other areas of strategic interest in the Asia-Pacific region. 17 days over Langley. So let's look at the details here. The drones appeared nightly, approximately 45 minutes to an hour after sunset, from December 6th to December 23rd, 2023. Witnesses, including former Air Force General Mark Kelly, described the drones as resembling a constellation in motion, with some emitting small lights. The largest drone was reported to be around 20 feet long and flying at altitudes between 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Langley officials canceled nighttime training missions and relocated F-22 Raptor fighter jets to another base for safety concerns. Isn't that interesting? That we're moving our own jets on our own land because of an unknown aerial system and it's not a threat. Okay. Sometimes you just got to trust the official story. There are suspicions that these drones may have been deployed by foreign agents, potentially linked to China or Russia, aiming to gather intelligence on U.S. military operations. However, officials noted that the drones did not exhibit hostile intent. Now, my question with those ones, though, it appears they wanted to be seen. It's not like they were hiding their flight path. So, in certain circumstances, when there's allegations of them potentially being foreign adversaries or foreign intel, I question the narrative. Like, well, why are they making themselves so well known? Unless they want you to see them to see what the outcome's going to be. Federal laws currently prevent military personnel from shooting down drones unless they pose an immediate threat to troops or civilians. High-level discussions within the White House ruled out options such as jamming signals due to potential risks to commercial aircraft and emergency services. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Local police attempted to pursue the drones on foot and by patrol car, but were unable to maintain visual contact. The complexity and organization of the drone operations led officials to dismiss the possibility that they were conducted by amateur pilots. 1952, 17 days of UFOs over the Capitol. It's called the UFO flap. So, and in a minute, so somebody brought up the other day that back in November, when there were all those drones observed over like New Jersey and stuff, well, guess what day there were no drones observed? You're going to love this. So there was a day, just like all the days, the drones took off. They took off a holiday, and it was Thanksgiving. Interesting. They had Thanksgiving off. What does that mean? They celebrate Thanksgiving from Zeta Reticuli, duh, in late November 2024. A series of UFO sightings over Capitol Hill, and no, this wasn't in November 2024. This was in 1952. In 1952, a series of UFO sightings over Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., sparked significant public interest and speculation. It occurred for a span of 17 days. It was coinciding with heightened discussions in Congress regarding unidentified aerial phenomena and potential government transparency about such. So this was happening while the Congress was talking about it. Oh, yeah. A prominent sighting was captured by Dennis Diggins, a U.S. Air Force veteran, who photographed 4 bright lights hovering above the Capitol dome. This image quickly went viral and generated extensive debate online about its authenticity and implications. The lights were described as forming various shapes and patterns, leading to speculation about their nature, ranging from extraterrestrial activity to reflections or lens flares. They didn't think about swamp gas at the time. New revelations show that UAPs could actually be swamp gas because of the new atmospheric conditions. We looked at the trigonometry and it shows the calculations project what appears to be a flying saucer, but it's really swamp gas. We are working on a drone technology that will capture that swamp gas and turn it into a carbon credit that you can then use for your own personal carbon credit system. But we'll talk about that in the future. The government response. The Pentagon was faced with pressure to provide clarity regarding UAPs, especially following its previous reports that acknowledged the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena, but did not confirm extraterrestrial origins. There's been hearings that have included testimonies from former military personnel discussing their encounters with UAPs, contributing to ongoing public interest in the topic. So it's called the UFO flap in 1952. Numerous UFO sightings were reported over 17 days. The incident led to significant public and governmental scrutiny regarding aerial phenomena. Well, I wonder why, especially because Congress is talking about it at the time these things are flying over the White House, basically, and over D.C. Some people think that it was actually high tech, that certain projects involved with certain organizations were showing off. to make it look like they were alien spacecraft, but they weren't. Some people think that they were alien spacecraft. Some people think that they're from inner Earth. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs. Like, it could be anything, because you can't really prove or disprove any of those things, or they haven't yet. So it's like ping pong. You're playing ping pong. Well, it could be. Ding, 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 ding. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise.
We are the Decepticons. We are looking for Optimus Prime.
So we've got the UFO flap, 1952, July 12th to July 29th. The most notable sightings occurred on consecutive weekends, specifically July 19th and 20th and July 26th and 27th. During these weekends, multiple radar operators and civilian witnesses reported seeing unusual objects in the sky. On the night of July 19th, air traffic controller Edward Nugent at Washington National Airport spotted 7 unidentified objects on radar located approximately 15 miles southwest of the city. This prompted further investigation as the objects were not following any established flight paths. Other controllers at the airport confirmed seeing bright lights in the sky that exhibited erratic movements, leading to concerns about their nature. In response to the sightings, fighter jets were scrambled from Newcastle Air Force Base in Delaware. However, when the jets arrived over Washington, the UFOs vanished from radar in sight. Upon the departure due to low fuel, the objects reappeared on radar, suggesting they might have been monitoring military communications. Oh, really? No, it was weather anomalies. The incident garnered significant media attention, with reports of UFOs swarming over the Capitol, leading to widespread public fascination and speculation about extraterrestrial life. The Air Force later attributed some significant sightings to a temperature inversion, which can distort radar signals. However, there it is, folks. There it is. They give you the most ridiculous answers.
Well, what it was here was the reflection of Venus. It bounced off of this contrail from an airplane, and then a B-52 went through that contrail with another contrail, and we did the trigonometry, and it shows that it's actually just a weather inversion. Yes, it was happening over that location at that time for 7. Very amazing, I know. It's a new weather phenomena out there that's called bullshido. It's called bullshido weather. Yes, that's anything associated with UFOs or UAPs that looks like a UFO or a UAP. It's called bullshido weather pattern. Remember that. Oh, it's bullshido weather pattern. Okay. Bob, it's not a UFO. It's bullshido.
Yes.
We've got them. Silly humans. We are robots in disguise. We are Transformers.
The Washington flap remains one of the most documented UFO incidents in history, contributing to ongoing discussions about unidentified aerial phenomena and government transparency regarding such encounters. So then I looked it up. Somebody's left in the comment like, dude, Rex, there were no drone sightings on Thanksgiving. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, really. So I looked into it. And according to the answer from this search engine, and obviously everything's real on the internet. Not. I'm a 7-foot French model on the internet, okay? I bench 350 pounds, so I'm just saying, pretty cool. It's true that there were no reported drone sightings on Thanksgiving, November 23rd, 2023. According to officials, actually it was this November, 2024. According to officials, the unusual drone activity that has been observed in New Jersey and other northeastern states almost nightly since mid-November did not occur on that specific day. Reports indicate that the sightings resumed the following night, with a significant number of drones spotted again on November 24th, leading to a total of 79 sightings within a single night in New Jersey alone. So that's NBC News, Drone Life, New York Times. Some people have made comments, jokingly, of course, that if these drones were operated by foreign entities or even extraterrestrial beings, they might have respected the American holiday and refrained from flying on Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you. You were eating a turkey buffet, right? You had too much stuffing and you took a nap. You didn't make it. I get it. It's a lot of food. So we got 17 days over Langley. We've gone over that. Oh, you're going to like this one. This one's heating up a little bit. How many people are in the chat, by the way? Oh, hey, everybody. We've got awesome moderators in the chat. Shondell, Mermaid, Desert Rose, Cat in the chat. Bunch of amazing non-mods also. Beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here with me. So the Coast Guard says that the White House is making up after vessel tailed by drone swarm. What do we got here? Yahoo News, Times of India, Wall Street Journal. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Much appreciated. Recently, tensions have escalated between the U.S. Coast Guard personnel and federal officials regarding reports of drone activity off the coast of New Jersey. Here are the key details surrounding the situation. Coast Guard members from Barnegat Light reported that their 47-foot rescue vessel was shadowed by a swarm of 12 to 30 drones while patrolling the Atlantic Ocean earlier this month. The crew experienced the drones appearing suddenly around 9 p.m., and it trailed their vessel for about 15 minutes. I mean, doesn't sound like hobby drones to me. Imagine all of a sudden these vertical takeoff drones shoot out of the ocean, and then they start swarming this 47-foot boat, and it's probably moving at least 10 to 12 knots. And these things are like swarming around it, doing all sorts of, I don't know what they're doing. But then a police officer picks it up with his body cam, allegedly. He's got this body camera, and he picks up this footage, and then we never see the footage. The footage they show us, or the footage that we see on the mainstream news, is oftentimes an airplane. Like, and the guys that's filming, it's like, dude, I could tell it's not an airplane, it's a drone. And it's an airplane. Or you'll see somebody that'll be like filming some hobby drones or something, like, oh yeah, and it's just a DJI or something like that. But the stuff that they're not showing us is probably what they're talking about in these top secret meetings, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this is the coveted footage. If this footage is legit, show us this is the footage we need to see. I want to see 50 drones shoot out of the ocean and then swarm a Coast Guard vessel. That'd be pretty fun to see. Like, what does the Coast Guard do? How does the Coast Guard respond? How many people on the Coast Guard boat see this? The crew describes the drones as having 4 rotors, measuring around 7 feet across, equipped with flashing lights. A Coast Guardsman speaking anonymously expressed frustration over the federal government's dismissal of their accounts, stating it implies we're fabricating stories, while the real fabricators are down in D.C. John Kirby, White House spokesperson, downplayed the Coast Guard's claims, suggesting that the drones could have been a mix of commercial and hobbyist drones, as well as manned aircraft. He asserted that there was no evidence of a national security threat associated with these sightings. Yeah, man, we all went down to Hobby Lobby and we picked up some drones and we're like, oh, yep, we're going to build a submarine. We're going to figure out a way to launch them from the submarine right off the coast. And we're going to be like, we're just joking, man. We're just joking. We didn't know what we were going to do. We've been watching a lot of battle bots, on TV and battle bots. And we're like, well, we don't want to build a battle bot, but we want to build like something kind of like a gnat where it flies around, it drives you nuts. You just want to swat at it. That's what we wanted to do. No harm, no foul. We just were having a little fun, man. We thought we'd upload it on TikTok later, Come on. I'm pretty sure the people on the Coast Guard vessel knew what they were looking at, and they probably knew it wasn't an airplane or a Hobby Lobby drone or some type of like swamp gas reflection off of the, the contrail of a B-52. It's got 4 rotors. They're saying it's about 7 feet across. So the Coast Guard, the Coast Guardsmen, countered Kirby's assertions, insisting that these were not typical consumer drones and suggested they were likely government operated. He expressed disbelief at the White House characterization of their experiences. The Federal Aviation Administration has imposed temporary flight restrictions in part of New Jersey and New York due to the drone activity. My question is it working? How's that working out? How many have been reported since then? More than 1,000 drone sightings have been reported over New Jersey since November 18th. There we have that number again, folks. This is really important. What happens November 17th? Communication cables get severed in the Baltic Sea, but it's an accident. The day late, the next day, we started getting swarms of drones. Local reps, including Chris Smith, Jeff Van Drew, have criticized the federal response and called for accountability regarding the sudden increase in drone activity near military installations. Once again, folks, it's probably all of the above. I don't think it's a one-stop shop answer. You can't get one answer when you have thousands of companies working on drone technologies, when you have pretty much all the modern nations working on drone technologies, and you have hobby drones, and you have aircraft, and you have Venus. I was reading a comment the other day in the local, because right around December 3rd, there was also an influx of these drone reports. I'm reading the local message boards here in Southern Colorado, and people are like, dude, there's drones flying over my house now that I haven't seen before. There's more activity than I've seen before. And then I started reading some of the comments. I'm asking questions like, well, are you sure it's not Starlink? What are the patterns like? Are you sure it's not an airplane? Are you sure it's not a helicopter? What are the lights doing? I'm getting the characteristics. One person said that they saw a light in the sky for like 10 minutes that didn't move. And then I'm like, yeah, that's because it was Venus. And they said, oh, yeah, you're probably right. So this is what you can do. This is what you can do. You're going to like this. First of all, I'll tell you what not to do. Do not, well, you know what not to do. I just talked about that the other day in the most recent news article. There's people out there, have you that are like, they go out and buy these green lasers and they think that somehow this green laser is going to give them the ability to talk to aliens because they watch these protocols where people are like, humana, 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 aliens, come into me. Oh, we're going to have a group meeting right now. Alien, 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 humana, 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 humana. We bring the aliens down. We bring the aliens down. We're sitting here right now, and we're pulling the galactic cord to the Zeta Reticulations, and you will come visit me right now. I can feel your energy. You can all feel it, right? Yes, you feel it. Close your eyes. Okay, get your green lasers. And then they all get their green lasers out, and they're like, oh, look, it's moving. It's a. And, okay, well, first of all, do not do it. Do not point a green laser in the sky. That's not a good idea, especially right now. It would be an even worse idea with all of the news and media attention, because there has been this influx in, there's been a huge influx of like pilots that are saying there's green lasers that are coming in and stuff. So you're not going to communicate with aliens, and you're most likely not pointing a green laser at an alien anyway. And you can get in a lot of trouble for pointing lasers. So just do not do it. You'll thank me later if you don't do it. All right. Yeah, bad idea. So there's people like, dude, I got my green laser and I got my Bud Light. I'm ready to go. We got a bonfire going on. We've been listening all day how to do these protocols where we can call the aliens in. And I saw that thing move. I said, it's not a drone, man. It's got to be an alien craft. Look at the way it's moving. So just be careful. It's because I love you. I know people are going to leave mean comments in the comment section. Like, dude, how could you say such a thing? He's terrible. Lighten up, okay? I mean, it kind of sounds like a seance, doesn't it? It's amazing how, if you really think about what you're doing, if you're trying to summon aliens by sending out brain waves that are supposed to contact these beings that are, beyond light and space and in like the fourth dimension, Well, one person might call that entity that you attract to you, like bring it on down. I don't know. Like, are you sure it's an alien? Well, maybe if it's not human, but isn't anyway. So I think you know where I'm going with that. Like, what are you really calling in? Classified. This is very interesting report. Very interesting.
We have lasers. We have green lasers, and that's how we talk to aliens. It's only $499 to talk to an alien with a green laser. That's what they said. It's all it cost. I got the VIP.
I'm joking. I'm so sorry. I'm joking. There's so bad. It's because the aliens made me do it. What are they putting in this kombucha? No, it's fun, right? I think it's fun. I'd pay $499 if I could talk to an alien. Darn right. Actually, I want to say something. It's so funny I said that because the other day, somebody left a super chat that was like, wow. And this person that left the super chat, the best super chat ever, like they actually did film something come out of the ocean, like an orb. And they were talking about custodian file. And I read what they said about custodian file, and I didn't read the whole comment. So if you're watching this video, I would love to see that video footage that you got of that orb shooting out of the water. And if you could send it to me, that would be a real honor. And if you want me to show it off to the world, I would love to. And I could tell I could tell you were sincere and excited. So I have seen things in the sky too, folks. So I definitely don't think we're alone in the universe. And I definitely believe in legit experiencers and experiences and non-human intelligence. I'm just having a little bit of fun along the way, and you can't have a little bit of fun. Like your life is a lot tougher if you can't have fun. I'm just saying. So if you can have a little bit of fun, lighten up a little bit, just take it, just relax. We're just having fun here. There is definitely legit experiences. Chris and I have seen, it was a silver orb, 11 o'clock position, about 2 o'clock in the day, Pagosa Springs. This was like 4 years ago, I think. And it's there right in front of us. I'm like, Chris, did you see that? I wish you would have seen that. And she's like, what, that disc in the sky? And I'm like, well, yeah, it was an orb. We both saw it. Boom, it's gone. And I've seen other, like that was not your typical drone. That actually looks like what you might see with other footage that somebody's out showing off right now with technologies that are potentially linked to reverse engineered craft. We'll leave it at that. But that was not one of ours. That was definitely not one of ours, what we saw. Most likely, I would say that they are like observing the Earth over very long periods of time. These things have probably been here for thousands of years. And just kind of like watching, keeping things in line. If we get a little out of control, then these things kind of go clean up a little bit, and then they watch certain people, they watch certain locations. See, where I'm at out here in Southern Colorado, there is a ton of paranormal activity. And there's definitely something going on in northern New Mexico, south of me about an hour. I don't know what. There's definitely some non-human activity going on out there combined with, whatever. I'm not going to, yeah. So then we've also got the San Juan Valley, the Mysterious Valley. Rest in peace, Mr. Christopher O'Brien. Love you, man. It was such an honor to meet you. Folks, I don't know if his books are still available, but he recently passed. So if you get a chance to get his books, you should. He wrote a book called The Mysterious Valley and Stalking the Herd, because he was actually eyewitness to many cattle mutilations, like with laser precision. And he has some really cool theories about that. But there's been all sorts of sightings around this area in Colorado for years. And so certain technologies that have been reported for at least 70 years over nuclear silos, turning on and off nuclear silos, are most likely these same types of technologies that observe and keep order. We would look at it as artificial intelligence, but it's far more advanced than artificial intelligence. It's like a super intelligence connected to possibly some type of biological intelligence that would be able to interact with these things as well from vast distances. So they could be observing us here and they could be somewhere completely different if they needed to be. But just look at some of the ancient, the 24 granite boxes in Egypt that are underground that weigh about 70 to 100 tons with precision, that are thousands of years old. Explain to me how those got there. Well, if you have a technology similar to what I am describing, that is how you could get those things there, with the technology that would be able to move without the restraints of gravity. That would be able to, like through vibrational patterns, through energy patterns, certain vibrations would allow for the levitation of granite. It's pretty cool to think about. But anyway, so this is what I wanted to talk to you about, the classified mystery drone briefing. I'll bet they saw the footage of that body cam with the 50 drones that shot out of the water. And those I don't think are alien, folks. I don't think those are alien at all. I think those are somebody else's. But a recent classified meeting held on December 17, 2024 involved officials from the CIA, FBI, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Defense, members of House Intelligence Committee. The meeting focused on the surge of unidentified drone sightings reported across several states, particularly in the Northeast. Over 5,000 drone sightings, more than 5,000 drone sightings have been reported in recent weeks, leading to a significant speculation and concern among lawmakers and intelligence agencies. Concentrated around military installations mainly. So we don't really have anything good as far as data from the classified meeting. This will build these sightings, I can say though, will create enough public interest to promote the funding and new era of aerial technologies, drone technologies, as well as possibly electromagnetic protection and space technologies. So the U.S. has already spent $5 billion in 2024 to boost electronic warfare. There was an article that I read recently that said the U.S. is not organized or equipped for the coming electromagnetic wars in space. And experts warned that U.S. space-based capabilities such as GPS and satellite communications are highly vulnerable to attacks via the electromagnetic spectrum, including jamming and spoofing. This vulnerability poses significant risks to modern military operations, which rely heavily on these technologies for command and control. Yep. Ukraine is using millions of hours of drone footage to train AI for warfare. Extensive drone footage collection. Ukraine has amassed over 2 million hours of combat drone footage since the onset of the conflict in 2022, equivalent to approximately 228 years of video. This extensive data set is being utilized to train AI models for various military purposes, including target identification and battlefield analysis. Euro Maiden Press, Drone XL, and Best of AI. Wow. The footage is processed through a specialized platform called OCHI, which integrates video feeds from more than 15,000 drone crews operating along the front lines. This system processes about 5 to 6 terabytes of new video data daily, which will provide a comprehensive record for combat operations. Jeez. Now, there are drones used for spraying pesticides. You can read about that, ohioline.osu. Agricultural drone spraying, taking off, farm progress. You can read about it there. Fox 26 News, drones used for spraying chemicals, particularly in agriculture, come in various types and configurations. There's multi-rotor drones, fixed-wing drones, hybrid drones, the new VTOLs, vertical takeoff and land, which can be used multiple times. Then there's different spray mechanisms like spray nozzles, etc., that can produce different droplet sizes, allowing for precise applications based on the type of chemical being used. Some drones can adjust the dosage of chemicals based on the density of infestations, prompting more sustainable practices by reducing chemical usage. Drones can cover about 1.5 to 2 gallons per acre, making them suitable for timely applications in fields that are difficult to access with traditional ground equipment or aircraft. They significantly reduce operator exposure to chemicals compared to traditional spraying methods such as backpack sprayers. Data integration and nanu. Many agricultural drones are equipped with sensors and cameras that allow farmers to collect data on crop health, soil conditions, and pest infestations. This data can inform more targeted spraying strategies. Precision applications for targeted spraying. They can operate in challenging terrains where traditional equipment can't. They can cover large areas quickly and significantly reduce the time required for pesticide applications. And did you know that Elon Musk's brother owns a drone company? Who are you going to call? Drone Busters. Elon Musk's brother, Kimball Musk, founded a drone company called Nova Sky Stories. This company was established after Kimball acquired over 9,000 drones from Intel's former drone light show division. Nova Sky Stories specializes in creating aerial light shows that replace traditional fireworks displays. The drones are equipped with advanced hardware and software, allowing them to perform synchronized light displays in the sky. Kimball Musk aims to partner with renowned digital artists to produce and bring creative visions to life through these drone shows, enhancing entertainment experiences in various cities and towns. The drones acquired by Nova Sky Stories have previously been used in high-profile events, including the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, Coachella, and Super Bowl halftime shows. Overall, Nova Sky Stories aims to transform the entertainment landscape by providing innovative and environmentally friendly alternatives to traditional fireworks through captivating drone performances. Now, the shows I would think would be secondary. I would bet the technology behind these drones and their ability to move the way that they do in synchronization and the people working these technologies and writing the code, I'll bet you that's the actual, that's probably a lot more valuable than these shows, I would think. Like if there's a way to get defense contracts, that's where the money's going to be. Now, this is an ongoing trend, folks. And this is why you want to, this is one of the reasons why you may want to come talk to me tomorrow. We're doing a master class, Jay Matt and myself, 3:00 via Zoom. Just send me an email. I'll send you a Zoom link, leakproject@gmail.com. I'll get you on the invite list. But data breaches are huge right now, not only with health information, but personal information, social security numbers. And this was right here. The largest healthcare data breach in history has recently come to light, affecting an estimated 100 million individuals. This breach is attributed to a cyber attack on Change Healthcare, which is a subsidiary of United Health Group. And see, one of the things we're going to be talking about tomorrow is there's a company out there called Legal Shield, which can actually help protect your identity, but they give you up to, I think, $3 million worth of identity theft protection. And there's also legal protection or legal representation. So if you, let's say, get a speeding ticket, or like you need a lawyer for something, estate planning, and you need to talk to a lawyer, you just schedule a meeting with your lawyer, blah, 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 and then somebody will talk to you. They'll basically give you advice, help you with what you need as best as they can. And it's like a monthly membership that's really cheap. So anyway, that's one of the things we're also going to be talking about tomorrow. But the cyber attack was discovered February 21st, 2024, when Change Healthcare began experiencing significant operational disruptions. The breach involved the exfiltration of approximately 6 terabytes of sensitive data, personal health information, social security numbers, and other identifiers. The attack was claimed by Black Cat Alpha V ransomware group, which exploited compromised credentials to gain access to Change Healthcare systems. The breach potentially impacts 100 million individuals, making it the largest healthcare data breach ever reported to federal regulators. Also back in April, I don't know if you remember, not 2.9 billion personal records were stolen by a company that held all that information and for like background checks and such. And almost everybody's social security number in the US, social security numbers in, I think, Canada and the UK as well, were uploaded on the dark web. you probably got a notice that said that your social security number's been spotted on the dark web. And I got one through American Express also. And that's why I looked into this like legal shield thing. So I was like, man, might be a good idea to have some like identity theft protection. But anyway, so context of the data breaches in 2024, as of December 9th, 2024, over 168 million individuals have been affected by various healthcare data breaches reported this year. Most breaches were attributed to hacking incidents. Also, the Kaiser Foundation Health Plan affecting 13.4 million individuals and Ascension Health affecting 5.6 million individuals were breached. Now, there's these new factories out there that are working on these vertical takeoff and land drones. And one of them is right here. Check it out. The high volume manufacturing facility for electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft in the United States is being developed by Archer Aviation in partnership with Stellantis. It's going to be in Covington, Georgia. 400,000 square foot facility designed to support the production of Archer's Midnight eVTOL aircraft. 650 aircraft annually is their goal of production by 2030. And with initial production set to begin early in 2025, they're going to make about 2 aircraft per month by the end of that year. Stellantis serves as Archer's exclusive contract manufacturer, providing essential capital, advanced manufacturing technology. They put about $150 million into Archer to support the development of commercialization of the Midnight aircraft. It's designed as a sustainable and low noise alternative for urban transportation, aiming to alleviate congestion in cities. It can carry up to 4 passengers, a pilot with a range of about 100 miles. And humanoid robots are being mass produced in China. What could possibly go wrong? China is making significant strides in the mass production of humanoid robots, with several companies leading the charge in the massive industry. Here's the key details. Z1 Robotics Agibot. The company recently reported producing nearly 1,000 humanoid robots at its facility in Shanghai. The first mass production facility of humanoid robots in Shanghai, showcasing advanced manufacturing capabilities. There's several companies here. They see a growth of 32.7% by 2029. The humanoid robot market in China is projected to reach approximately 75 billion yen, about 11 billion by 2029, accounting for about 32.7% of the global market share. There's various initiatives that the Chinese government has implemented to foster innovation and development in the robotics sector. And Transformers. More than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Well, this is Transformer machine learning, a type of deep learning model that has revolutionized various fields in natural language processing and beyond. Transformers were introduced in 2017, titled Attention is All You Need by researchers at Google. They utilize a self-attention mechanism to process sequential data without relying on recurrent neural networks, allowing for better handling of long-range dependencies and data. Cool. Transformers are extensively used for tasks such as language translation, text summarization, sentiment analysis, and questions answered. Pretty cool. And of course, Transformers, robots in disguise. In the future, you will have your very own Transformer that will perform all the tasks for you. You will be able to do your laundry with the Transformer because it will transform into a laundry folding robot. It could turn into your VTOL, so it could give you a vertical takeoff to work. It could turn into a little mini fridge. So when you get to work, it turns into a mini fridge. You put your drink and your food in the mini fridge, and then it stays cool. Perfect. It's everything you need, right? Thanks for watching, folks. Really appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day. And yeah, this is pretty cool. It's going to be fun. We have a lot of opportunities to look forward to. I'm excited. Are you? Cheers to success. Ooh, Zebra is developing AI that allows them to see through your eyes like cameras. Oh, that's exciting. Have you heard of Mirror Life? Look up Mirror Life. That's a little bit spooky. They're developing this new technology. Or here, let's go to it right now. Or I'll put it in here. Mirror Life. The concept of mirror life refers to hypothetical organisms constructed with mirror image molecular building blocks, essentially using right-handed versions of biological molecules instead of the left-handed ones found in all known life on Earth. Now, mirror life involves creating synthetic organisms whose molecular structures are mirror images of natural life forms. For instance, while natural proteins are comprised of left-handed amino acids, mirror life would utilize right-handed amino acids. So what does that mean? Well, it basically means that it could wipe out all life on Earth because the natural immunity of life on Earth would not recognize it. A coalition of over 40 scientists has raised alarms about the potential dangers associated with creating mirror life. They warned that such organisms could evade human immune systems, leading to severe infections and ecological disruptions. Mirror bacteria could behave like invasive species, proliferating rapidly in natural ecosystems without natural predators to control them. This could result in significant harm to existing plant and animal species. Yeah, not good. So, what's some good news today? Let's see what good news we have today. Minnesota recently set a record for charitable giving during its annual Give to the Max Day, raising over $37 million to support more than 6,000 nonprofits and schools. This surpasses last year's total and demonstrates the community's commitment to philanthropy. Excuse me. Kombucha. There was a heroic rescue. A heartwarming story. A blind 20-year-old cat named Tiki was rescued from icy waters by two good Samaritans and local police in Westford, Massachusetts. This act of kindness highlights the compassion and quick action of community members. The FTC bans hidden fees. Yeah! The Federal Trade Commission has finalized a rule banning hidden fees for live event tickets, hotels, and vacation rentals. This decision aims to protect consumers and make pricing more transparent. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching and have a beautiful day. Hit the bell. Be well. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Send me an email. I'll send you a Zoom link. And see you on Patreon. Be the change. If you want to see. You're awesome. Thank you.